slice these guys, get them into the foil, because we're gonna drop these beets right inside the coals. We're gonna layer our lemons like that and cut off our stems. We're also gonna save the beet greens today because we're gonna saute these with the rest of the vegetables. A bit of olive oil. I'm gonna throw some on the lemons too. Gonna hit these guys with a good bit of salt and pepper. Give them a little toss about. And into their home. Cover these guys up. And at home, you can do this same preparation, but just put it in an oven about 425 degrees, and that'll take about half an hour or so. So what I've done at home is juiced about 3 beets. This is beautiful stuff, gorgeous color. I've got a couple pieces of peeled ginger here, and I'm gonna go across the grain, and what that does, if you go with the grain, you get a lot of the ginger, the pith, and the fiber in there. So you can see on the back of this microplane, that's just perfectly grated ginger. There you have it. That's probably almost a tablespoon. Now we're gonna go directly on the heat. It's called a reduction, not a just boiling all over the place. You want it nice and gentle and take your time with it, just like a light simmer. So we're gonna check on our beets right now. Our gastrique, you can see it's 3 tablespoons from a cup. So that guy's ready to go. Oh, look at that. Oh, perfectly cooked beets. Let's just set these guys aside. We're gonna put these carrots in there raw, skin on, scrubbed a little bit, just a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper. Whoa, on a nice bed of charcoal there. All right, so we have all these beautiful braising greens here. We're just gonna rough chop them. We got beet greens in there, kale, some mustard, a little bit of arugula. With these are the beet greens that the beets came off of. We're gonna use those. We're just gonna chop them up with the rest of the guys here. I want those a little bit bigger than the braisers. And then we're gonna work with this beautiful chard here. Just gonna pull that off the stem. Our chard, we're gonna go a little bit bigger too. Put all that aside here, big mountain of greens. And then what I love to do is a little bit of shallot, rough chop, little shallot, little garlic. We're gonna check on our carrots. Just get nice and browned here. So for this dish, you want a cast iron with the lid. You want a nice bit of olive oil in there to richen this up. Get that guy in there, listen to it sizzle. The shallots and the garlic right on top of that. So now we're gonna add the rest of our greens in. We're gonna put the lid on it. And when we open that back up, it's just gonna be wilted down. So pulling our carrots off here, just barely caramelized on the outside. You can see a little bit of brown there. Oh yeah, that's what's going on. All those greens down in just a little bit of time. So we're gonna talk a little bit about cooking with wine. You gotta make sure it's good. This is gonna add a little bit of acidity to the greens. We're gonna go in with about 3 tablespoons of Sauvignon Blanc. In all seriousness, don't cook with wine that you wouldn't drink. Get a nice bottle of wine, inexpensive, but if you're gonna drink it, cook with it. And if you're not gonna drink with it, don't cook with it. Now we're gonna season these up. A little bit of salt and pepper. Lid goes back on. If you have different colored beets here, you wanna take your light colored beets first and get their skins off. Just give them a little massage. Final beet here. Oh my goodness. Nice and soft, still a little bite. They're kind of craving a little olive oil and just a little touch of salt as well. Gorgeous. Let's get our carrots back on the heat here. We're gonna check on our gastrique here. We're gonna go in with a little bit of balsamic, 1 tablespoon. And now we're just gonna mount it with a little bit of this Meyer lemon olive oil, which is gonna give the beets and the greens just a beautiful burst of flavor. I mean, look at that. So let's do 5 little cute piles of these gorgeous greens, just like that. And I'm gonna lay these carrots down here and there. This is a Bellwether Farms whole milk ricotta. You can use a goat cheese, you can use burrata. We're gonna go right in between all these guys with the ricotta. Right up there. So pretty. And now for this gorgeous gingery beet gastrique. We're gonna go just on each beet here, and that's gonna kind of creep down into all those braised greens. I'm gonna get a little around the side here. We're gonna finish with a little fleur de sel right up on top of each beet. These guys are on the way out, so this is gonna be the last hurrah for our beautiful nasturtiums. And this is gonna give it a gorgeous peppery flavor. And there's our final dish, lemon roasted beets. We got braised greens, blistered carrots, and a beet gastrique to finish, little whole milk ricotta. I mean, I can't wait to eat this. That's a wrap for this week. Full Circle Farms. It's been a real pleasure cooking out here in the field, but no one's here, so I'm gonna eat this food by myself, so thank you. That's so good, dude.